hard for the teams. It will be very hard for the players to move out as well as to passive way. It is a good and bad to drop that. matches as well. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream, and yeah, I hope all of you guys are fine, and we are back again with yesterday's match, and we'll be continuing the 5 matches today. And today you will get to witness the most devastating battle in the field of Ragnall, but I don't know why this regularly happens. Yeah, but we may see the drop location and the positioning of each and every team here, because sometimes due to some glitches we can't see the position. Yeah, and today is also the same scenario over here, and we can't see the positioning of the teams, but still we will locate them sooner or later as they move into the game. Yeah, now we can see where they are dropping into, but yeah, as you can see over here, the Golf team, Gamers United Force, I guess they are interested to glide towards Georgiapol area, and some teams will be even dropping into the military base as well, and talking about Pochinki area that will be capitalized by no other than Team Bastards. Team Bastards will be securing Pochinki area for today, but also Team Mindset also going for the hunt towards farm. And let's see what does this makes today, and which team we will get as the champion for Asteria Esports Austria Series Season 1. Ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you all, you are watching Austria Series Finals. This is the grand finals, and yesterday we have witnessed 5 matches, and today we will be continuing with our 5 matches, and after all this matches we will get to see our winner, that and the name of the team that have won the championship as well. But still, talking about the game, we can already see some early engagement in the southern side of the map, where we can see Team Guff, Gamer United Force roaming here and there, and still they're trying to pick some elimination. He was trying to take some shots of the glider, but it was a near miss from the player of Guff. That will be clips. But still, talking about the game, we can already see TNZ Esports getting into early engagement with Team DSK. But let's see whether this engagement makes a team a better favorable opportunities, or it will lead them to a backstab in their foot as well. But still, talking about TNZ Esports, they are already into the Zorja apartment area, but still they are looting. And still, talking about Team DSK, they are the new welcomers for this game, and there was some changes into the team, and yeah, today we got to see Team DSK over here. But still, the fights between the team are really silent. None of the teams are taking engagement with each other, and all of the teams are looting very passively. But in the moment of House, we can see team number 19, player from FARVOICE Gaming, already taking engagement over here, where the Shadow is taking down the player from Exile. And yesterday also we got to witness the battle between this team, that would be FARVOICE Gaming and EXILED Esports, and during this two teams fierce battle we got to see in many maps. There were 2 Irragnals yesterday, and in that 2 Irragnals we got to witness how this team eliminated each other, how this team were fighting against each other. But today we already got to witness that one player from Exile has already been taken down, but Team DSK goes for the shots and takes down player for TNZ, and TNZ are facing a little bit trouble over here, because Cloxy has been already taken down and he has been already eliminated from the lobby. But this could cause serious trouble among the team. But let's see where this game leads and where the table turns between the teams. So talking about the table, we can see as already Team NEXUS Gaming are leading on the top with none other than 60 points. They are on the top, and behind them are Team Modern. In the starting phase of yesterday's game, Team Modern didn't perform well at the first, but after the third match, what a game. It was a really fabulous game from the side of Team Modern. But still, you can see here ROZAVLEA, Team ROZAVLEA have already spotted Sacred Eyes and Sacred Ways, and I guess they are ready for the fight or not, but they are not interested in the fight now. They are trying to make some rotation. They are trying to get into the proper form of the circle. Then I guess they will be interested in some eliminations as well. We're talking about elimination in our game. We can witness Team Modern on the side of Lipovka. They are not into any danger, they are not into any trouble, but the circle is shrinking, and the team is still inside the zone, and they don't have to worry about anything. They are completely focused on their loot. They're completely focused on gearing themselves up for upcoming battles. But still, the questions remains unknown that which team will get to take the winner chicken dinner for the first game, the first starting game of the today. And talking about Zone 7 Esports, it was a lovely game from this team, from the side of this team, because they showed a really dominating factor yesterday, taking down that 2v3 and 2v4 clutches, and this team proved their worth in yesterday's battle. But today the game is deciding today, so let's see on the day of today how do they perform. That will be told by the time. But as we move into the game, we have only witnessed one team taking exit from the lobby. That won't be one team taking exit, that will be Shockwave Esports, as they have missed the game. They really, Shockwave have missed the game, or what? Are Shockwave in the game? No, Shockwave Esports have missed the game, and yeah, their points will not be counting for today. But I guess they will be joining from the next game. But let's see, whatever the odds are, maybe because the teams were unable to participate in this first match. But still, talking about the game, as we have seen, EXILED ESPORTS have took the shots, and CYP is getting that eliminations in his hand. But from behind, we can already see Team MD. Okay, Team MD we're seeing coming behind the Team EXILED Gaming. But in the moment of clutch, Mahakara has taken down one player. But in this fierce battle as well, we can see Yuka taking down his own teammate with that grenade, and that won't be favorable thing for Team Basters over here. But as we speak, we can see Mahakara going to secure his kills. But still, I guess EXILE has faced a big slap in their face, as they have already lost their two players in the early initiation of the game. And also talking about the zone, and as we speak, the circle has already been shifted towards Lipovka, while the Mahakara secures his kill. We can still see team that's none other than FARVOICE Gaming are not facing any challenges. They are not facing any pressures. They are looting up easily in the field of Milta power, and there's no situation to rush or hurry. But as we speak, we can see TNZ Esports trying to charge against Team Basters, and one player Uma has taken down from, okay, he changed the seat and instead goes for the elimination as well. Okay, but he has already killed the player, so it's not necessary to run over his crate as well. But still, on the top side, we can see Sacred Gaming, okay, Sacred Way, lying their eyes in sights of Danger Esports. Mookie goes for the shots, and that doesn't make any connections over there. But still, we are trying to retaliate the fire. But as we speak, Sinka goes for another shots and takes down one player, and this might be a chaotic situation for Team Danger Esports, as they have got their one player already down, and I guess they are only playing 3 men. Okay, they are, yeah, already playing 3 men, and they are already short in number. And still we can see Boria trying to fall back and trying to give some cover for his teammate. Goes for the shots against the MPTN vehicle, and the vehicle is still charging right at their face, and Boria faced some damage over there. But still, the world, he managed to survive. The player won't come out of this amphibian vehicle, as he knows he got a lot of health to tank, and it won't matter if the vehicle got damaged as well. But okay, in the main moment of faith, he's trying to repair the vehicle. But as we speak, the team oldskool is also trying to pick some elimination on the field of Yasnaya Poliana. They are on the side of Yasnaya Poliana, and they are also in the engagement with team S1 Esports. But in the moment of battle, Dinon gets taken down, and as we speak, the TNZ Esports have been completely wiped out of the lobby. They have been completely annihilated. They have been completely eliminated from this game. Still, we can see DSK Esports have left the ground of Jorzapol City, and they have come near the area of the bridge. But while they were near the area of the bridge, we can already see the Guff Gamers United fighters have already moved into that side. They have already set their scope on DSK. And can DSK manage to pull themselves out of this danger? Can them can they make it out alive? But as we speak, there is a player got taken down, which will be none other than 2B. 2B has been knocked out, but from the team DSK, Mandrax. Okay, Mandrax has also been knocked out, but Org will revive him instantly, and still Goff will be able to handle the pressure as the team DSK has also been completely eliminated from the lobby. The circle will be moving into next closing soon, but as we speak, the circle is also giving a harsh trouble to a lot of team, as well as they have to move into the zone, and the zone won't be favorable in any one's case. Also talking about the game, as we can see, team Modern, they are still holding in the place of Lipovka, and as well as Exile fighters have also carried out their rotation to the area of Lipovka as well. But talking about the rotation, as from the southern side, we can see team none other than team number 15, Ghostwing, trying to hold out that spot. That will not be S1 Esports, but still Sacred Ways. They are marching into the battle as well against team CKRS. They have already knocked out one player from this team, and still CKRS, will they manage to avoid the danger, or will they get into the hands of the player? But still talking about the hands of the player, we can already see one player has been knocked out, and only after that one solo player has been there is only one solo player remaining now. And can this solo player clutch it? Can this solo player make the moment for himself? But as the Molotov rains on him, the elimination goes in the favor of Flex. None other than Flex has completely secured this elimination as well, and the team KR has been early eliminated in the 17th position from day number 2 first match. Okay, teams are moving into the early engagement as well, and as we speak, there's been a clash between many teams as well. The team number 11 getting into the battle, as well as team number 14. They're also into the engagement as Old School. Cashnova goes for the shots, takedown players. The team has already secured 5 eliminations, but still Nexus Gaming is coming into the action, as they have not lost a single player from their team. And as we can see, Sacred Ways, they are placing fires from the multiple direction. They are getting hits from the multiple direction and trying to rain the fire upon FVA, but they will successfully avoid the fire, avoid the bullets. But still, our Sacred Way one player has been knocked out, and that would be none other than Lizum. Okay, Livum has been already knocked out on the from the team Zone 7. We can see the team also taking down some of the players, and Justus has been already taken down. But as we can see, Justus, the player from Justus, is also taking down multiple players from Z7 Zone 7 Esports, and he goes for the shots against FBA. Made some connection, but that connection wouldn't be enough to take down a player from a moving vehicle. But still, he did manage to get some eliminations. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you all, if you don't know what you are watching and what is this game going on, I want to pass a small information. The event is of $100, and $100 will be the prize pool for the event. and this event is organized by Asteria Esports, and this is the season 1 finals. And if you do want to participate in upcoming events, you can join the Discord and contact the management to get your slots over this tournament as well. But as we speak, we can see team number 5 goes for the shots and takes down another player, while the player from Guff is also trying to make some engagements, and he's also trying to get a kill over here. But behind the sneaky eyes of Clips, a player is rotating on the left hand side of the zone, and he didn't manage to catch him. But still, that won't be necessary for the time, as the team has to prepare to leave for the circle. But I guess ROZAVLEA knows their location, and they won't be easy on them to get towards the circle, but they have left portion behind to watch for them, to provide them backup. But still, yeah, but it won't be easy for ROZAVLEA as well. They are in open field, and any team can do third parties and make them eliminated. Don trying to use him as bait for the team and take down this player as well. But still, he knows, the player from Guff knows that what he is doing, and still, yeah, as I have told, the Clips has been already been knocked out, and it is very difficult situation for Gamers United force, as one player has been already hunt down, and another player goes for the headshot as well. And Don taking down multiple players for the team Gamers United force, and here comes the domination for Malix, as he have already secured 3 eliminations himself. But still, we can see the team's Sacred was the team that were getting shots from each and every direction. They are still surviving, they are still on their foot, but until how long they would be allowed to be on their foot, that will be a real question for the game. As the game advances forward, we are already into 16 minutes, 13 teams and 34 players remaining for this match, while Mind Aura has been getting knocks on Nexus and also making that knocks into eliminations. Nexus Black V, okay, Blacks has been already finished off, and with 1 elimination, how far can Nexus go into this game? How far the Nexus can move into the game, that will be proved by the team, as Mind Aura is also going for the shots, and still MetaMind is really trying hard to get some knocks over there, because 1 knocks can make an opening, and team won't hesitate to take a fight of 2v4, as Nexus Gaming has been already converted into a 3-man squad at the heavy loss of Blacks. As we talk about the game, we can see Zone 7 Esports, the player from Zone 7 Esports is also keeping an eye on the team. He busts out and goes for the shot, and the shot team makes some connection but won't be able to get the result. But still, the player from ROZAVLEA is going into the action as well, and he do not manage this to knock out 1 player, while Kyoko is, I guess he will charge for the rush, as they are not into the circle, and it will be a perfect opportunity for the team to get that spot from team Justus, as they are in a really cover area, as they already have the grounds over there. But the team Zone 7 is a little bit hesitant over here, as they know targeting that open field will be a really suicidal thing for them, and they are trying to move really slow into the circle, as they know most of the teams will be pushed inside, and they can figure out the positioning of the team, as ROZAVLEA has been knocked out, and TNZ player getting that finishes for the team as oldskool. Okay, we can see the oldskool Casanova surviving solo in this game. He's surviving very slow. He's surviving very slowly as well and solo as well. No matter the fact, he's not taking any chances to get an elimination or make some movement, but in the matter of chaos, we can already see two teams into the engagement as SW Esports and ROZAVLEA gets into a fierce battle against each other as both of the teams are hungry for their each other kills, and one player has been two players has been already knocked out, and in the moment of brink, Secret Ways manages to take out the whole squad for ROZAVLEA, and it is a great feat for the team. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, the battle is going into a dead end right now, while the Team Modern is surviving in this game. Team FVZ is also surviving in this battle, and in the phase of survival, will any of this team will make changes into the story coming up to this point, up to match number 6, as we can say, because we had 5 matches yesterday and this is the 6th matches for. And in the 6 matches, Team FVZ is really performing really wonderfully, as they are hunting down multiple players, as they are getting battle and getting engaged against multiple players. This will be a really favorable situation for the team, as Team SW goes into the zone and they are trying to make a circle for themselves, but while trying to manage it, FARVOICE has spotted him and trying to take some shots against the player, but in the matter of brink, he won't be able to get the shot. Team SW, he have secured a spot. They didn't have the zone, but still they managed to force their way into the zone, and 2 players in both sides, and this could cause a chaotic situation for the team, as there are 2 players hunting him against each other. They are trying to get this elimination against each other, and as he comes from another side, he gets shots, and again he tries to take shots for this player, but still Team SW, they are holding really tight over here. They are holding really tight. They are not giving any situation for the Team FVZ to get the shot, but in the matter of brink, the player manages to get that shot, but this grenade could do some miracle. Okay, Team FVZ goes for the shots of S12 K, but still Livon also moving forward, and the shots from Livon's S12 K will make a connection, and there's a beautiful winner chicken dinner for the first match of the day 2. It was a beautiful chicken dinner for the team Sacred Ways, as they perform, as they march into the victory. It was really amazing how they managed to pull off this battle. But ladies and gentlemen, we will first look at match schedule. What are the games we will be witnessing today? What are the matches we will be going through today? We'll be witnessing on that. We will be taking an eye on that, and I will be reminding you all, we will be having Miramar as our next game, and after that we will be looking a fierce battle of revival and elimination in the Rondo, and after that we'll be going to Ragnall, and after Miramar we'll finally get to witness our champion. But still, let's talk about the match summary. What went in this whole game, what was the total calculation of everything in this game. I will explain it to you all. As we can see, there 67 eliminations, 39 assists, 65 knockouts, and 1 grenade elimination, as well as we can in a brink of moment. Here on the screen we can see the team who got the winner with a chicken dinner for this match number 6. As we can see, it's CKRS with 18 eliminations, 1071 of damage, 13 assists with 13 knockout. This team managed to pull a really well for this battle. They did manage to perform really well, but still, let's talk about the individual stats for the game. How did they contribute for the team? How did they manage to get the elimination, as they have secured 18 total elimination for the team. We can see Livum with 7 kills with 3 knockout and 4 assists, and coming behind we can see Flex with 3 elimination with 415 damage. We can see Simka with 3 elimination, and as well as Moki with 6 elimination, as these players are contributing a really good factor for the team. And moving towards next start, we can see most valuable player, that will be none other than Livum from team CKRS, as he has dealt up 1662 damage, 4 assists, 7 kills, 4 headshots, three knockouts, and there were none vehicle and grenade elimination for this player. And still we got to talk about the match standing. What were the points of individual teams for this game? As we can see, the CKRS are already into the top. CKRS are already into the top with 28 points. As we can see, team oldskool are there also with 11, and team METAMIND also coming behind at 3rd position with 9 elimination. Still, we will be talking about some struggling teams over here, that they were a little bit back to catch up with the most of the teams, as they were really struggling, and all the teams from second page don't have even points that are relevant to 5. They have all the points below 5, and that will be very devastating for the teams, as well as they have to gather up more points to get on the top of the table. As we speak about match fraggers, we already seen Boom, but still Mukio is behind him, is trying to catch up with him, but he was 1 elimination behind, and with this 1 elimination behind caught a huge gap for this player. And still there are 6 kills for him, and Kashnova with 4 elimination, and Malex with none other than 3 elimination as well. Still we can see Sharky with 3 elimination for this game, and we'll be moving towards overall standings and looking after the changes. What were the results after the 6th match? We can see team CKRS, they are still leading on the top with 76 points. Team Modern are in the lead with 62, and still we can see a couple of teams over here. And if you did manage to skip your team, and if the changing was too quick, or if you did miss the point, I'll request the viewers to go a little bit back, and they can see their points in the stream as well. But we'll be moving towards overall fraggers, the player who were using their guns really well. Who were they? We will get to talk about them. As we can see, Boom still leading up into the game. He is with total of 17 elimination, and Midaru is also coming up behind with 17 kills as well. But as we move forward, we can see Sikmi from none other than team NEXUS GAMING, who was on top of this match, who was on top of this table starting at the game today, but it has been dropped to 3rd position. And still we can see Moiko with 14 elimination, and Nixai with 14 elimination as well. So ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel, don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we will be right back with you in a couple of seconds. So till then, Make sure to enjoy the highlights, and yeah, don't forget to like the stream. The water right now, but as they rotate from the water, opportunities of this tournament, while the team but yeah, while they're in the apartment area of Joseph, sudden kill or behind and there are two players remaining, and can this two players back in this game. In a couple of seconds, we're going to see so much team eliminated. The Rozovalea are getting out the charge of the bomb fire. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Due to some technical issue, we got a little late into the second game, but still we will be continuing to the game. And as you can see, the flight path have already been built up from Patrona to Campo Militar. The flight path is traveling from Patrona to Campo Militar, and during this flight path, we will get to witness which team will drop to their own favorable location, how they will be continuing the game, what we will get to witness in the later phase regarding the teams committing different approaches. And in the matter of fact, we will get to see the deciding champion moments as well. And yeah, if the team perform well in this second game, they will get a boost in their point, and that will really help them to climb up the table. But if there is ups and downs for the team, and that will lead to really catastrophic situation for the team. And as well, we will get to see which teams secures the title for Asteria Series Season 1 Finals. The crown is waiting for the champion, and let's see which players or which teams takes that crown and which players take the crown of most valuable player for Asteria Series Season 1. And talking about the fact, we can already see some of the teams are already dropping into the zone. They are already dropping into the game, and they have picked up some gun and managed to get an elimination as well, while Madara has already been eliminated from the lobby. As well as we can still see NEXUS Gaming also getting into engagement. Multiple fights are going around the circle, multiple players are getting knocked out very really fast. And as the favor goes to the team, we can see Dark Sky moving in an open area, and this could lead them to their death as well. And still, let's see what will the story unfolds at the later phase of the game. But already we can see Speaky has already been eliminated from the battle. He has been already forced to get out of this game. And as we speak, the NEXUS Gaming, the player who got early exit from the game of Iragnal, that player is rushing forwards the team FBA and this chaotic battle as well. The player is trying to put some pressure as well, and the player goes into low HP. FBA facing some serious trouble over there. Two players going inside and takes down that player. This is a really bad situation for Team FBA, as they have been already converted into a two-man squad, actually already losing two players at the early initiation of the game. And in this second match as well, we didn't get to see SHOCKWAVE Esports participating, but as we can see, there is another team that's none other than Secret Way. They are also trying to make some eliminations. They are also trying to get into some engagements as well, and they have an keen eye for the shots. As we can see, Maxina is also getting shots from the team, and the teams are facing into a really fierce battle, as Team ZUF is also getting shots, and we can see Mind Masters are also getting into the engagement as well with the team number 13. That will be TNZ Esports is also getting into the battle, and this fierce battle. CKRS is also trying to make some pulls over here. They are trying to make some moves over there, but it won't be tolerated by the team. It won't be forgived by the team, and they are going straight forward, charging into the battle. They know their location, they know their position, and in the mini screen we also can witness the fight of Team Mind, and it was a clean shot from the devil, as he managed to pick the player really easily. But still, Team CKRS is still going for the shots. He gets one player down in retaliation fire. He gets a chip damage, but didn't made a heavy blow, but while we speak, we do see Team Mind going into action as well, but as well as Team TNZ Esports. They are not backing down. They are not backing down after the loss of their teammate as well. Carlin Tix is moving with his Ziggle as he has got his scoped on top of Clips. He knows his position. The Clips is only the solo player remaining in this battle as well. But as we can see, Didon is also trying to survive. But in the brink of an eye, Minds take the player down. Team Minds for okay. Player Samad takes the player down, and also in a brink of a second, Team Danger Esports is already converted into one player. And can this one player take the team out of the danger? And that will be a really great question, and it was a really not good move for him to really get out of the open, okay, get out of his cover and go into straight open field to take the shot, and that was a huge mistake, and he did paid a huge price for that silly mistake as well. But as we take the game into further steps, we can see Jonic taking down the players of DSK. He is hunting down the players of DSK and already secured a lot of elimination for his team. I guess that was for elimination and as well, but Justus Esports is getting engagement with Sacred Ways, and already 2 players has been already knocked out, and this is a really good opportunity for Justus to capitalize on this momentum. But will they manage to capitalize it? This is the battle of 3v2 over here, and the team Sacred Way will not even get chance to revive their player. But as the player is moving forward, he's trying to take down that one single player, but didn't manage to. But still, Sacred Way, one player Mookie is really trying very hard to get that one elimination. He's still trying to execute that player on the spot over there, but in the brink of an eye, we can see CKRS player takes down another player in the moment. Then it is a devastating situation as CKRS has already secured 4 elimination for their team, and in the brink of an eye, there is a really great clashes between all over the field of Miramar, and can their Sacred Way make his passes through this battle? As we can see, just us team moving into the position. They know the location of the player, and they know on foot he can't travel a real hard distance, a real long distance, and this might bring a good opportunity for team number 16 to get this elimination as well. But team moving forward to the shooting position, and he knows the location, and he might have already figured out he's already taking cover in the houses as well. But Team Justice, they are playing really low profile game over here, as they know a real exposure can lead them to really critical situation in their game. But still, talking about Team Modern, as we talk about Team Modern, they are trying to get into the circle. They are trying to move into the circle, and their movement, I guess it will be favorable for them, as zone is not really far from them, and it will not take a little bit of time to go inside the zone and secure a good spot. And but we got to see where the circle tilts off, where the circle is leading into. But in the matter of second, we can find Exile Gaming in the engagement against none other than, I guess that's Team FVA are really close by. They are FARVOICE accent are really near the Team Exile, and this could turn a dead end for Team Exile, as they are getting a lot early eliminated. In first game also they got eliminated in early phase of the game, and the second game have to repeat the same story again, or we will get to see a new beginning for the Team Exile Esport. But as we get into the game, the timer has already made us run into 9 minutes 20 seconds, and we can find 15 teams still surviving and 49 players alive in this game. And on the upper side of FARVOICE accent, we can find old school players rotating. Old school players are also trying to get into the zone and trying to get a higher ground position. Still, as the game progresses, we can see team number 12 is also likely to get into an engagement with Team Nexus. And do Team Nexus can make a suspicious approach towards their position? That might be a really tricky question, but I guess it is really hard to find a player that's not giving any footprint, and that it is really staying completely silent, but still Team Exile, they are going for the shots, they are making these shots possible, as well as Team CKRS, they are against CKRS, they are taking the players down one by one, and this one player take down an entire fleet, while METAMIND, they are doing the impossible, getting engaged with NEXUS Gaming, and I guess they have managed to eliminate NEXUS Gaming as well. No, two players are surviving. They managed to pull off one player off the leg for NEXUS Gaming, and that will be a really hit. That will be a great slap in the face for NEXUS Gaming, that they have lost one player in the early stage of the zone, because you haven't crossed third zone or fourth zone yet to get into the real battle. The real battle hasn't even started yet, and you have already, this team has already lost two players, and that will be a really harsh for the team to know the situation in the later phase, that they will be covered up from four players at all angles, and they won't get any opportunity to defend themselves. We can see Team Oldskool, they are also trying to rotate, they are also trying to get into the zone, and yeah, uh, in some matter of fact, we will get to see the third circle as well. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know, okay, which teams are you supporting, which teams are you with, and which team do you think will win the championship? Which team, after the ninth matches, we won't be showing overall standing. It is a little surprise for viewers and teams as well, and you got to predict which of the teams will win. So let me know in the chat section below, so I will also let you know my predictions as well. But there's a huge clash between team number 15, as they are already getting into the fierce battle against Team Modern. Team Modern is also trying to make some shots over here against Sonic 1, and Sonic 1 might get into a really great trouble as Team Modern tries to advance this, but still Oldskool, they are getting engagement with the team, as Ronaldo gets a clean shot over player of S1, and instantly he knocks him, he gets him down, he finishes him, and the kills is instantly secure. Blood bastards, this, they are also going for the engagement again. Oldskool, here go, a grenade is being cooked, and can this grenade make a difference? And this is a tricky question, as this grenade can make a difference or not, but I'm sure the DVS, okay, the dual key of Wanda can make a really huge difference in this game. But still, let's see what can the player pull off in this battle, while Rinky has already taken down one player, and only the solo player Sigbo is remaining from the team Oldskool. The player are moving slowly inwards, and this could give a player really panic situation, as he is on the verge of elimination from this game. And yeah, let's see, still another third party has came into the battle, and that's the name of none other than Team Zone 7 Esports. Zone 7 Esports, they are also trying to get some portion or some share of this battle for themselves. They want some credit themselves as the team for cleaning up the lobby. So yeah, it's still 1-4. Thought this was a perfect opportunity, goes for the shots, take down one player. It's a difficult situation for team number 8, Bastards Test, and still there's only one solo player remaining, and he's trying to dodge off the bullet, but I guess Wanda will not let that player escape so easily. But talking about the game and talking about the fights, we can see ROZAVLEA Esports, they are already converted into two men, but still Malex is trying to get the shots. He knows the position of NEXUS Gaming as well, but still Zone 7 managed to take that battle, and also managed to make the player safe. As the game progresses, ladies and gentlemen, as we have already saw in early phase of the game that Sonic 1 have already lost their one single player and have been converted into a three-man squad. And this three-man squad make a changes in this game? That is a huge question for the team, and that is a huge blunder as well as for the team, as they got to lose their one man in early engagement. And as we speak, there is a shot, there is the game. The player have already took down one player. Okay, Lodi, I guess. Okay, Ronaldo has been taken down for the team, and as well as slot number 17, they are also going down against team Justus. Justus weren't shy to take this opportunity in their hand as well. They are going for multiple barrages of grenades, and player Yushi, he is the solo player in engagement currently in the direct face off. Wise decision from the player Yubur. He instantly turned his buggy around and got into a safe side of the circle, and if he hadn't done it, he would have been either eliminated by the team or either eliminated by the circle. And still talking about the circle, we will get to see our fifth stage that will be leading us into the game. It has been already 17 minutes, and we are seeing less numbers of players today in the field of Miramar, because the numbers are only saying 12, and 12 players only, 12 teams are only surviving. Because we have come. Okay, how was the fierce elimination? This proves us there was a lot of conflict at the early phase of the game. Talking about the engagements, ladies and gentlemen, we can see team EXILE in pressure, as well as they have already faced one knockout against them. And can they turn their player, can they save their player? And that is a huge question for the team, and as well as for the team season 1. They are also facing a great situation as the player pops out of the vehicle and trying to get that SWK connection. He was instantly shut down, and here comes the METAMIND. They are also rotating into the circle, and that won't be easy for the team, as they have got cover of opponent team in both direction. And let's see how this battle unfolds, as there are already 9 teams, and for the team Modern, they have already secured 5 eliminations, and still a solo player is surviving into the game. Okay, we still have Zone 7 Esports surviving with 4 players. They are still alive and still fighting and struggling for the battle. As we do see, the next circle is also approaching, and let's see where the circle tilts and which team will get a support from the circle as well. And the blink of an eye, team ROZAVLEA has also been eliminated, and the situation is getting a lot tougher second by second, as team Zone 7 Esports has the number advantage. And can they really pull this game out? Can they really make this game out of themselves? Can they really prove themselves in this game? That is, matter of fact, a great question for the team, and they have to prove themselves in this match, as the all other surviving team are either in a 3-man or they have already lost their squad and they are surviving a last solo player. As we can see, team TNZ is also struggling, as they have only one solo player remaining in this match. And ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you all, if you are connected to the stream just now, okay, here's an opening for the player, goes for the shots, and okay, doesn't miss the shots, takes down that elimination, goes for a direct secured finish point, and it was a huge slap on the face for EXILED FIGHTERS, and instantly their player was caught off guard and taken down from TNZ's shadow. Okay, it is a battle for 4 teams now. The lobby has already converted into 4 teams, and in 40 seconds the circle will be shrinking again. And also the player from CKRS has also been eliminated. Now the battle drops down to 2 teams only. That's EXT versus none other than team Z7, and Z7 trying to build some pressure into the team. But still, Team Exile, they are really stubborn. They are really stubborn, and they know how to get this battle pulled up. But if they can manage against 4 player, it will be a really miraculous situation for them. But okay, one off is trying to create some pressure. He's already going into the zone. Okay, he's already going inside the player houses, and that was a bold move from Team Zone 7, and they have already secured a good winner chicken dinner for this game. And we'll be talking about the match stats as well. As we can see the match summary on our screen, that was 72 elimination for the team with 29 assists. In this total match, in this total second game, there were 72 elimination total taken out by the teams, and 74 knockouts were took with 4 grenade eliminations. There were 4 grenade eliminations, and 12 successful headshot connections were there, but none of them were took out from vehicle. And focusing on our winner chicken in the summary for the team, we can see 7Z with 14 kills, 22-12 damage, and 9 assists, 8 knockouts as well. Still, looking at the team individual stats and talking about their own performance or their own way of showing their game, we can see Wandaf with 6 elimination, Frick with 3 elimination, Kiko Lind with 0 elimination, and Choco Taco is following up with 5 elimination as well. But if we do get to put an eye on most valuable player for the game, we might get to see that position also caught off by, I guess, Wandaf, as he have performed really well in this game. But that's none other than player Donic 1K from ROZAVLEA with damage of 844, 7 eliminations, 1 headshot, 22 minutes of survival time, and this player have picked 1 grenade elimination as well. And as well, moving towards match standing, we do can see TNZ ESPORTS with 24 points, and as well as Roz following up behind with 13. Mind do have 11 points with them, as well as SW with 9. We can see CKRS with 9, MD with 9 points, and also a couple of teams were struggling on the first page. But if we get a closer look at the second page, we do can see the most of the teams are with single digit points, and not that much to push themselves up into the table. But after this, we might get to see match fraggers, those players who will the gunslingers for the game. And we do have witnessed Donic 1K from ROZAVLEA, and will be moving towards, as I have told, 7Z Wandaf is also in the list of fraggers that we have secured 6 elimination from this game, as well as we do have Wolf with 5 elimination, Chaco Taco with 5 elimination, and Rose Malix with 4 elimination as well. Talking about overall standings, changes, we do can see Secret Way with 85 points, Team Modern with 71, METAMIND coming up from NEXUS Gaming with 68 points, and NEXUS Gaming falling behind with 63. A really harsh situation from NEXUS Gaming, as they were in the #1 position, and coming to match 2, they are already down to 4th position in the overall rankings. And also Zone Esports making their way upward, as they have already secured 1 chicken dinner for the game. They have already climbed to 9th position, and at the bottom, at the 3rd page, some of the struggling teams, as you can see. But CKRS has also managed to get double digit points for this game, and that is 15, and 15 won't do much for this game. But also talking about overall fraggers, we do can see Daru MVP with 18 elimination, as well as Boom with 17, Wookie with 17, and Wolf with 17. Most of the players, 3 players with 17 elimination, as well as Kimi following up on 5th place with 15 elimination from NEXUS Gaming. And also we'll be talking about the match schedule. We have already seen Sacred Ways getting that fierceful chicken dinner in first game, and at second game Zone 7 Esports proved their worth. At third game we will be witnessing Rondo, and after that we'll get to witness Ragnall, and our final and deciding match will consist of 1 Miramar. So ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like the channel, subscribe the channel, And yeah, if you do want to participate in event like more like this, you do can contact our most or join our Discord channel for the more support. So keep on watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. The team Exile and team CKRS has already eyed them onto their Hello everyone, welcome back to the third game, and we have recently completed our 2 matches, and we do have remaining 2 matches. Without counting this ongoing matches, we'll still have 2 matches per the game. But talking about today's game, we do can see 2 flight paths. crossing against each other, and teams will be dropping here from now. From the player's view, you can already figure out the location of the players, and I guess he might take the charge against the player of FARVOICE Gaming. We can already see them in the very fierce engagement. FARVOICE Gaming, they knows the location of Meta, and they also wants to take down the player. They also want to play the further matches, but still, METAMIND, they are holding really strong, and there was a grenade. There goes a grenade, and that doesn't make any connection. But MetaMind Wolf, he knows the location of the player. He knows the player is there and goes for the Molotov, and that Molotov will not catch fire out of the... Okay, the Molotov has actually did the work, and it has caught fire, and player knows the location of the player. He goes for the shots, and it was instantly a bait, and the player got down. FARVOICE Gaming, they are really showing the understanding level that they do have for this game. And one player was instantly caught off guard, but still Raven got stuck over there, and in the matter of second, Raven has also been taken down and eliminated from the lobby. And we can see that most of the teams are still struggling. They are still struggling just to survive, and in a blink of an eye were able to witness such a fierce battle across the lobby, and we are already converted into 14 teams. But yeah, the danger esports is completely avoiding the danger for now, but still that danger is coming on top for the team Bastards Gaming, as they have been surrounded by two players. But still, how does this two player will manage to survive against the roaring fierce four players of Bastards? They have already gotten into the position, and this positioning can result in difficult situation for the team ROZAVLEA. Team FPG, they are moving on front of the team Exile, but team Exile, Basi goes for the shots, and this shots won't make any connection. The shots won't bring any result to Team Exiled Gaming, but Team FWZ, they have already noticed the presence of an enemy over here, and they have also stopped their vehicle for a moment to check the location for the intruders, but it won't be easy. But as well as Exiled Gaming got into engagement with team number 20, that's none other than Team TNZ. The one player has been already eliminated, and Mikey was going for the shots, and he was in the near miss for. He had nearly took down one player. But didn't manage to. The result was not in a perfect outcome, but still Nexus Gaming, they are into a centric area of the circle. They are in the center of the circle, and I guess God knows who can stop them if they do manage to survive and capitalize the gift they have been given to. The zone is with them, and I guess for this game, I guess the Nexus Gaming has an upper hand to win this battle, but circle will be shifting, and this circle will let us know if either the game is in the hands of Nexus or not. Oh no, the game is not in the hands of Nexus, but majority of the teams are outside of the circle, and that will cause a huge conflict between the teams. Huge conflict that can arise regarding the zone entrance for many of the teams. Into this fierce battle of Rondo, we have already witnessed many teams leaving the lobby. Many teams are getting eliminated from the battle, and as we speak, the team number 10, CKRS, they are also moving into the fight. They are also looking for some kills to add up to their additional points. They are not falling back at the table, but in the lead time, the team S1 is also getting picked out, and we can see the SHOCKWAVE has been down, and only the player remaining is Kenzig. Kenzig is the only solo player remaining for this team. But as we talk about the solo player, there's one more factor for this game, and that is none other than Zone 7 Esports, the winner chicken dinner. The hashtag one team from the previous game, can they make their game same as the game from Ragnall? Because I guess they can't be at the field of Ragnall. There were 3 players and playing really in a strategical way. The calls were even I could understand what calls they are giving. It were so on point that the team got a jump up to 9th position in the table. But let's see after this game what will be the rank for the team Zone 7 Esports. As you can see, the Nexus was going for the shots, and in this moment the opportunity was given by Justus, the team Justus, They're trying to pick on Guffy Sports. Gamer United Force Press facing a serious trouble against Team Justus as the player has been down from the play zone, and we can see Durga Pros securing that elimination for his partner. The players are decreasing in a rapid manner. There's fights going on everywhere in the field of Rondo. Every fight's taken different approach to get initiated, as some player directly clash into the houses, or some player prefer to make one knock and Justice Gaming are still searching for the team. They are still searching for the elimination. But we can see, okay, the team Shockwave has been knocked out from the team. None other than METAMIND, and this could cause a serious conflict between the team, and as well as the third party engagement could ruin the whole team chances over here. But still, when to talk about the time, we can see the timer has already ran to 20 minutes, and in the 20 minutes of game we can only see 9 players remaining. As you can see, the TNZ Esports was going for the shots against team number 8. That's none other than Bast's test. This team with 4 men standing strong, can they pull a miracle over here? It is very impossible to stop slot number 8 today, but I guess Nexus Gaming can make that difference really complete, as the team has showcased. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the match summary for the third game. We can see 17-2 eliminations, 39 assists, and knockouts was 69, and with 4 grenade elimination, 14 total headshot connection were made in this game. And talking about individual stats, which were the ones to hurt you most? in #5 and with 4 elimination. To go for the shots that will as they try to move forward. great damage for the player. But still, there are against Team Zone ZF Esports. Can they make this out? Or can they make it out? Okay, but he has already killed the player, so it's not necessary to run over his crate as well, but still on the top side we can see Sacred Gaming, okay, Sacred Way, lying their eyes inside lobby.
Only one single thing
thought, but in this battle is a three-way battle right now. While and this is getting really out of hand for Zone 7th circle. The 60 meters can also make a lot of difference. FARVOICE Gaming are 6 meter outside of the circle, and as well as when we talk about the circle, we can only see Nexus and Team Model. They are already capitalizing. kids.